So for the first time in probably a year since my break from YouTube, I'm going to be doing a review, and we're going to be kicking things back off with the Snode 10 to 80 pound adjustable dumbbells. And you might be wondering why I'm in my home office versus the gym. And that's because one of the angles that I want to talk about this review from is from the perspective of someone who is building out a space efficient home gym, because maybe they don't have the space to have a full garage gym or basement gym or a detached shop gym or something like that. Someone who wants to be able to have a very effective workout with a very small space. And as a quick note, Snode did send me these dumbbells for review, but as always, I do not let that affect my opinions in my reviews. I will be brutally honest. First, we'll get a quick unboxing and initial impressions, and then we will get into the full review. The box is beaten up pretty badly by the delivery driver, so hopefully the dumbbells are intact. They're supposed to be drop proof, so I guess this is their first test of durability. Heavy cast iron cradle, no plastic here. Initial impressions, I like them so far. It is a 100% metal design, so we're not going to be worrying about pieces wearing out over time, plastics breaking, things like that. So that's good. There's a little bit of wiggle in the weights, as you can hear. I shake the weights around like this, but it doesn't feel insecure, and I don't think that's avoidable really, because even if you're using like barbell and plates like that, you're going to hear the plates moving around just a little bit. So pretty tight overall. And that can be a pro and a con, because the tightness minimizes the shake and the rattle of the plates, but it also makes it a tiny bit harder to slot in. It's not extremely difficult to slot in, but there's a few times, as you could see when I was pulling it in and out, that I had to make sure that I had it lined up just right to be able to line the plates up. And then another small note here is with the adjustment number indicator on the inside. I believe that is just like a sticker that is on the inside of the dumbbell handle here. And it looks like there's a couple places where it's a teeny tiny bit bubbled. I would like to have seen that be, laser etched or painted or something like that. But just a really small minor detail there. Overall, I like these a lot, and I'm gonna get into using these for the next couple of weeks, and I'll be back with the full review. We're back for the final review. Let's do this thing a second time because my footage got corrupted, so let's record it all again. I've actually had quite a bit of use with these at this point, because I was waiting for the stand to come in to be able to do the final review. So I've actually been using these for probably a couple of months now. I have some good things to say, some bad things to say, but let's kick things off with the dimensions. The height to the top of the cradles is 21.5 inches, and the height to the top of the dumbbells is just over 27 inches. The depth is approximately 19 inches, and the length of the dumbbells themselves at max weight is 18.5 inches. Now let's talk about the pros and the cons. One thing that I absolutely love about these dumbbells is the width of the rack. It's wide enough that you can walk in here and then grab the dumbbells and unrack them and walk out. So if you're going for a heavier load, you're not having to hunch over and then try to get it out of the rack. You can easily walk up in here, but at the same time, the footprint isn't terrible either. They're still pretty compact, so it's a good balance there. And speaking of racking and unracking, it goes pretty smoothly. They go into place without a whole lot of finagling. I've only misracked them or had trouble racking them a couple of times. One little trick that I like to do is to come in at an angle, put one side against the end cap of the cradle as kind of a guide, and then slide it back down in. Another pro about these is every single piece of this is metal. Everything on the exterior, the components on the interior, the adjustment dial, the cradles themselves, the stand, everything is all metal. So you know you have the durability there for the long term, which is one thing that takes these dumbbells up a big notch over a lot of the competition that are in this similar space of adjustable dumbbells. And that metal adjustment dial does make a pretty satisfying sounding click. And these dumbbells do adjust pretty quickly as well. They're not the absolute fastest on the market, but they're pretty close. Takes only a couple seconds to adjust all the way from max load to minimum load, or from minimum load to maximum mode. Check it out, we'll throw a timer up on the screen. There you go. So however long that was, like a second or a second and a half, something like that. Pretty darn quick, which is gonna be something that's gonna be a big benefit if you're the type of person where you like to do a lot of drop sets, or if you're doing supersets with 2 exercises that's gonna require different weights, or anything like that that's gonna require you to be changing weights often. Those few seconds are going to add up. If it takes you 30 seconds to a minute to change a spin lock dumbbell, and you change weights 15 times in a workout versus this just taking 1 second, well, that takes you 15 extra minutes to work out. So those seconds really do add up. And the adjustments of these dumbbells brings us to our first con, which is that these only adjust in 10-pound increments, whereas some dumbbells adjust in 5-pound increments. Snode does have some magnetic adder plates that you can use, so you can still get those 5-pound jumps, so it's not impossible to get those. And after speaking with Snode, they did say that they weren't satisfied with the current offering that they have for making those 5-pound jumps, and they're working on something that's gonna be better than what they have as the solution right now. I don't know what that solution is, but be on the lookout for that. So it could be something that is a completely taken care of point that's not worth noting in the future. But for now, I do want to make note of it. And another con for these is that they top out at 80 pounds. And I'm not going to harp on this quite as much as I have in previous dumbbell reviews in the past, because I think I've finally come to the realization that the vast majority of people don't need more than 80-pound dumbbells to achieve the goals that they're working towards. And even I myself, as a powerlifter, I think I've realized that I actually mostly use dumbbells for my lighter accessory exercises anyway. So I really don't find myself going over 80 pounds all that often. Really the only occasions where I find myself going over 80 pounds is if I'm doing something like lower rep dumbbell bench presses or dumbbell shrugs or something like that. And the only other con for these dumbbells is the weight indicator on the little inside of this window here is actually a sticker. It seems to be a very high quality sticker, and it's inside of the housing of the dumbbell, and there's only a tiny little bit of it exposed through a little window. So I don't honestly think that there's going to be any issue whatsoever at any point with this. So this is a tiny detail, but I did want to throw it out there. I would rather have seen it be, laser etched or painted or something like that. And that brings us to the price. The dumbbells are $795, and then the stand, which is optional, is $259. So we're looking just over $1,000 for these dumbbells. And I will say, for what you're getting here and everything being all metal and them being drop proof, which by the way, I'm not going to demonstrate them being drop proof, not because I'm worried about the dumbbells, but because I have a concrete floor in my new office, and I'm not going to break my brand new office floor by dropping these dumbbells on the concrete. but you do have the warranty there to back these things up. So really, when you're looking at a high quality set of dumbbells, you're looking at an investment that's gonna be around for quite a long time versus some of the plastic, cheaper adjustable dumbbells that you're gonna use for a few months. They're gonna break, you're gonna have to replace them, and then over time, you're gonna end up spending more money than what you would have spent if you would have just gotten good ones to start with. That's why there's the old saying, buy once, cry once. And I have been told by Snode that at the time this video is uploaded, there's going to be a big Black Friday sale on. So if it's not too late, go click the link down in the description that is an affiliate link and go to their website, check it out, see what that deal is, because at the time of recording, I don't know what that deal is. So check that out and you could get these at quite a bit of a discount. Now, for the part that you've all been waiting for, would I actually recommend these dumbbells for the price, and who would I recommend them to? Short answer is yes, I would recommend these dumbbells. These dumbbells are at a comparable price as to the rest of the market for this style of dumbbell. But with these dumbbells, you're getting an all metal construction. You're getting the warranty to back these things up. So we're really looking at a long-term investment rather than if you're buying a cheaper set of dumbbells that you're just gonna break anyway. So I do think these are worth the price. And the scenarios where I think these dumbbells shine the most are, one, if you have a small spare bedroom gym, if you have a single stall garage gym, maybe you don't have a dedicated space for your gym at all, and you need something that takes up the absolute smallest footprint possible, or a scenario like this. I've literally had these dumbbells in my office since I uploaded the unboxing video a couple of months ago, and I have actually been using these in my office. So if you find yourself on the fence about buying these and you're in any of the scenarios that I just mentioned, or maybe you have a bigger space but you don't want to take up that bigger space because you have a lot of stuff in that space, all of those scenarios would be great scenarios to pick up the Snode 10 to 80 pound adjustable dumbbells. And there you have it, the first review video back on YouTube in the books. I have a lot of equipment that I've accumulated that I have to do reviews on, so be on the lookout for those. As always, God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next week. And the adjustment, and misracked them, but